रूट, स्टेम एंड ट्रांजिशन। मैम नहीं दिखती है स्क्रीन, पीपीटी दिखती नहीं है।
Just wait. Okay, start.
Root, stem and transition. Introduction. The, the change in arrangement of vascular tissue of roots having separate strands of phloem and xylem with exerts protoxylem to collaterally place phloem and, and xylem with indulge protoxylem if at root stem position. In higher plant, root and shoot form a continuous structure. Root and stem form a continuous structure in plant called the axis. Type A. Fumaria, Fumaria mariples. Xylem strand divided by radial division in two branches. As branches pass upward swing lateral direction, phloem strand remain as straight chain from root to stem. Occur in Fumaria mariples and dip Diptychus. Each xylem strand in the root divided radially into two branches. Type B. Cucurbita fascioles. Both xylem and phloem strand fork and branches here. Both xylem and phloem strand divide and swing in lateral direction to join in pair. In cucurbita, both the xylem and phloem strand divide into two strands. Each xylem swing in fumaria type and join with a strand of phloem. Phloem does not change its orientation, but the xylem becomes inverted. Type C. Lacerus phoenix xylem strand do not fold and twist through 180-degree. Phloem strand divided and phloem strand join the xylem on the outside. Found in Lathyrus and does not divide but pass continuously into the stem. However, the xylem strand twists 180 degrees. Type T. Two xylem strand fold undivided xylem. Phloem strand does not divide. Xylem strand is inverted. Phloem strand in pair. It is a very rare type of root stem transition found in some monocot plants. Thank you.
Okay. Next one, who is ready? Aksha, you are ready?
मैम
I
मेरा
share
लो
the
ना।
pen up.
मैम मैं कादरी अपने घइये जैनब।
तुम्हारा कौन सा है?
मेरा लेपिडोडेंड्रॉन है।
Centrophylum. Okay, you
Good
can start.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Lepidodendron is an extinct genus of primitive vascular tree-like plants which are also known as scale trees, which are related to quillworts and lycopsides. They were the part of the cold forest flora. Lepidodendron reach height of 50 meter and the trunk were often over 1 meter in a diameter. Classification of Lepidodendron. Botanical name of Lepidodendron is Lepidodendron and Sigillaria. Its common name is scale trees. Kingdom is Plantae. Division is Isotopsidia. Order is Lepidodendrel. Family is Lepidodendraceae and genera is Sigillaria or Lepidodendron. The saline features of Lepidodendron is extinct order which belongs to extinct Lycopsids group. Lepidodendrons occur from Devonian to Permian. It includes Lepidodendron, Sigillaria, Mesocarpon, Stigmaria, Lepidodendroblus, Lepidocarbon, Sigillariostropulus forms. Lepidodendron include certain giant trees of Carboniferous times. Now the leaf of Lepidodendron. Lepidodendron, which are also known as scale trees, is an extinct prehistoric tree, which was one of the most abundant trees of the Carboniferous period. The common fossils include tightly packed diamond-shaped leaf scars. Within the leaf scar, a leaf trace scar is present at center with a small parenchymatous mark on each side. The leaf of Lepidodendron is called as lepidophyllum. Now the stigmaria. The underground portion of Lepidodendron is stigmaria. Stigmaria consists of two main dichotomous branches which are continuous to divide dichotomously. Stigmaria axis give rise to spirally arranged root-like appendages. The origin of this root-like structure close to the surface of parent axis. Function of modified leaf is to perform anchoraging and absorption. Autonomy of stigmaria. Each daughter branch causes a small stele, then parent axis. Stele of this underground axis consist of extensive cortex and central vascular region. The 1% xylem is endarch. Lepidophyllum. Lepidophyllum is a leaf of many lycopsids like Lepidodendron. Probably leaves vary in size in same trees. There is a variation in size of leaves in species. Each leaf has single vascular bundle extending throughout the length of a leaf. On either side of vascular bundle, two dorsal furrows bearing stomata are present. Lepidostrobulus. It is a cone of many lycopsids like lepidodendrons. It occurs at terminal part of smaller branches. It has spirally or rorally arranged sporophylls. The cone were heterosporous with microsporophylls and megasporophylls. A sporophyll bears a sporangium on an adaxial surface. Beyond sporangium, the sporophyll extends with sterile projection. Ligule is present on the upper surface. Structure of spore. Spore is a spherical or rounded. Spore has triradiate mark. Exine has variably sculptured ornamentation. Spores are abundant in Carboniferous coals. Lepidocarpon. Lepidocarpon is a seed of Lepidodendron. In Lepidodendron, only one functional megaspore with three aborted spores present. The single megaspore mother cell undergo meiosis to form four megaspores. The functional megaspore is quite large at maturity and particularly filled with sporangia. The enlarged megaspore bears well-developed archegonia. Lepidodendron has two lateral laminas which almost completely cover sporangium and leaves an open slit at the top. Lepidocarpon is initial form of seed. Perfect seed formation takes place in gymnosperm. Lepidocarpon is connecting link between seeded pteridophyta and gymnosperm. Lepidocarpon is perfect seed of pteridospermi. Phylogenetic state of Lepidocarpon with gymnosperm showing one step in seed formation ovulation. Thank you.
Who is next performing?
Ma'am Zainab Kadri.
Okay. What is your topic?
Pentoxylon.
Okay. Just okay, Zainab, you can start.
Good afternoon. Myself Kadri Zainab and I'm here for the presentation of the botany paper 2. My topic is Pentoxylon. First, we will see the classification of Pentoxylon. Pentoxylon belongs to group Pentoxyles. It is a short shrub with spirally arranged leaf. Genus Pentoxylon. Pentoxylon contain four fossils as Pentoxylon sahani, that is stem, Nipaniophyllum, that is leaf, Cernoconids, seed-bearing organs, and female reproductive organ. Last is Sahania nipaniensis, that is male reproductive organ. Next are the silent features. Pen- Silent features. Pentoxylon is a small shrub trees. It shows xerophytic nature. Xerophytic means the plants having more water storage capacity. Third is unisexual flowers borne on the lateral dwarf shoot. Stem with persistent leaf bases. The leaves are leathery. Flowers are protected by small scaly leaf. The plants may be monoecious or dioecious. Monoecious means male or a female flowers are separately present, and dioecious means both the sex organs are present on the same plant. Geological age is Jurassic, occurs in petrification. First, anatomy is of Pentoxylon sahani, that is the stem of Pentoxylon. The main stem ranges from 3 millimeter to 2 centimeter in diameter. It has presence of ring of usually 5 vascular bundle. Sometimes number of vascular bundles varied between 4 to 7. Each vascular bundle is conjoined, collateral and open. Conjoined, collateral, open means xylem and phloem is in the same plane, xylem at the inner side and the phloem at the outside, and in between the xylem and phloem there is a presence of cambium. Searching wood is compact. Secondary phloem uh, surrounds the secondary wood. Short shoot measuring up to 0.5 to 0.7 in diameter. Short shoots are leaf-bearing. The anatomical and morphological appearance of a stem is like typical cycadens. Next, anatomy is of Nipaniophyllum, that is the leaf. The leaves are about 7 centimeter long and 1 centimeter broad. The leaves are shaped, uh, sharp shaped with round apex. The lamina is bordered or at apex. The lamina is narrow at base. The lamina has a narrow wings towards petiole, that is the base of leaf. Midrib is approximately 1 mm broad, erect. Lateral veins are parallel to each other. Club-shaped expansion present on the upper side at the end of venlet is called as hedatode. Sunken stomata are present on lower surface. Thick waxy cuticle present on the upper surface. Next anatomy is a carnoconitis, that is a seed-bearing organ, female reproductive organ. It is a mulberry-like fleshy appearance. It is borne on short shoot. It has a central axis. On its central axis, sporophylous seeds are spirally fused. Ovule is directly attached to the central axis. Micropyles are directed outside. Ovule is oval, covered by single integument, hard with almond-shaped stony layers. Nucleus is free from integument. Thick fleshy layer surrounding the ovule is called as sacrotesta. Last is a Sahania nepaniensis, that is a male reproductive organ. Male reproductive structure arises apically on dorshoot. It has long axis with male flowers. Male flowers are small ovules with microspores. The microspores, that is a pollen grain that are board-like shaped. Thank you.
Okay. Who is next?
Ma'am, Daroge Muskan.
Yes. Okay, start करो मुस्कान.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Daroge Muskan. Today, I'm here to talk about Lygium teres. So now let us see the classification. A group Pteridospermia, that is seeded fern. Family Lygium teridicea, that is monostylic stem. Genus Lygium teres oldamia, that is stem. Spermatoteres hoganeus, that is leaf. Caloxylon hugeri, that is root. And Lygium stoma is Lamaxi, that is seeded. Now let us see the silent features. Lyginopteris were present in upper or lower Carboniferous. Seed-bearing fern plant are monostylic. Seed shows fusion of nucleus and integument. Seed may also be borne in capsule. Now, the anatomy of Lyginopteris oldamia, that is stem. Externally, leaves bases are present on stem. Outer cortex is made up of sclerenchymatous cell forming longitudinal strand. Inner cortex is composed of large cell parenchyma. Vascular elements are xylem and phloem next to cortex. Xylem is arranged in the form of mesange. Large parenchymatous, well-preserved pith is present at the center. The next is Spermatia hogingici, that is leaf. Leaves occur as petrification and Carboniferous. Leaves are large, up to 50 centimeter long. Young fronds ursinate, coiled. Petiole is formed dichotomously. Base of petiole is swollen. Leaves are bipinnately compound. Entire plant is covered with hair and gland. The base of petiole, two vascular strands are joined, while towards upward part a V-shaped bundle has been found. Next is calozolan, who carry, that is root. Morphology: roots are adventitious. Large root measures 7. Anatomy: it bears multi-layer epiblemma. Outer cortex is similar to velamen of orchid root. Inner cortex is made up of transversely placed thin-walled parenchymatous layer. It has large number of xylem point which are surrounded by phloem. Each xylem point has a central place metaxylem surrounded by protoxylem. Distinct pith is present at the center. Next is Legionostoma lamaxi, that is seed. It was discovered by the Tungman in 1930. Seed is symmetrical heterotrophs in the single integument. The integument is united with female. Upper portion of integument is divided. Upper portion of integument is surrounded by pollen chamber. Upper portion is integument unite to form a sheath around micropiles. Top of nucleus tissue form cone which develops pollen chamber. Inside the nucleus, embryo is present as a result of post fertilization changes. Seed undergo high degree of advancement. Seeds has acquired gymnospermic features. Next is pollen bearing organ, that is Corsotheca kidstoni. Pollen bearing organ consists of thick main axis, spirally arranged plated structure present. Each displated structure bears six lower surface of plated structure. Sporangia are bilocular. Oval structure show close affinity with cycads. Thank you.
Okay, who is next?
मैम हम करते दानिया कलबस्कर.
You can start.
Respected teacher and all my dear friends, good afternoon. I am Dania Akbar Kalbaskar from TYBSc. Introduction. Apiaceae is also called Umbellifera, the parsley family, in order to Apiales, comprising between 300 and 400 genera of plant distributed throughout a wide variety of habitats, principally in the north temperate region of the world. Next is Umbellifera family. The Umbellifera family is named after the shape of its flower, which is umbels. The umbels
Ambeli
are
Feri.
जी मैम.
Pronounce not Fera. At the ending, you have to talk as a Ambeli Feri. ये है ना लास्ट में इसके.
ओके मैम.
हम्म.
Umbelliferae family. The Umbelliferae family is named after the shape of its flower, which is called umbels. The umbels are unique in their floral uniformity. They pollinate freely, which allow to increase the natural distribution. Seed dispersal occurs through the wind. It is angiospermic plant. The plant is used as important herb. Many are poisonous. Member of the family loaded with vitamins, mineral and antioxidant. It have 3000 species and 300 to 400 genera. Next is classification. What's happened? Dania, you can hear me? Petal.
His voice is breaking.
पंखा चालू.
Okay, continue.
Series Classifloria Gamopetalus. Cohort umbellus herb with much divided leaves, flowers in Umbel ovary inferior. Family Umbelliferae. Genus Coriandrum. Species Sativum. Important drugs belongs to family. Coriander. Ma'am, next slide. Coriander, fennel, conium, carum, and asafoetida. Next is general characters. Habit: herb with hollow internode, fronded stem. Leaves much divided, aromatic leaves with sheathing leaf. Next slide, ma'am. Inflorescence: umbel. Flower: pedicellate, bracted, bisexual, epigynous, outer flowered, zygomorphic. Calyx sepals 5 free, velvet estivation. Corolla: petals 5 free, soon falling off, imbricate estivation. Estivation means arrangement of petal and sepal in a flower bud before it's open. Next is androecium. Stamen 5 alternate with petals, filaments long, dorsiflex, versatile. Gynoecium 2 carpel, syncarpus, ovary inferior, axilla placentation 2 style, capitate stigma. Fruit cremocarp. Cremocarp means dry dehiscence of fruit dividing into two mericarps. Seed is endospermic. Next is plants of economic importance. First is Coriandrum sativum. The leaves are used as flavoring agent in cooking. Fruits are used as carminative tonic and used in dysentery. Next, second is Ducus carota. The fleshy tuberous root, edible and used as a vegetable. It is good for liver and urinary troubles. Seeds are used for abortion purpose. Last is Carum copticum. That is ajwain. It is therapeutical effects like bloating, abdominal pain, abdominal tumor, and loss of appetite. Thank you.
Okay, who is next?
Aksa Sundar.
You can start.
Start करूं?
Okay.
Good afternoon, myself Aksa Sonde, and my topic name is Palynology in Honey Industries. Introduction. Massi- Melisopaleontology is an early branch palynology. Pollen analysis of honey or mesopalynology has great importance because it relieves the plant species by honeybees. Microscopical analysis is determine the pollen spectrum of a honey sample. Next is pollinator. A pollinator is an animal that moves pollen from the male anther of the flower to the female stigma of a flower. This helps to bring about fertilization of the ovules in the flower by the male gametes from the pollen grains. Next is bee pollen. Bee pollen, also known as bee bread and ambrosia, is a bell or petal of field-gathered flower pollen packed by worker honeybees. It used as a primary food source of his hives. It consists of simple sugar, protein, minerals and vitamins, fatty acids and a small percentage of other components. Next is bee collect pollen nectar. Beekeepers are thrilled to find out what their bees are collecting to make honey. They like to use the information gained from pollen analysis of their honey to increase sale and some other goods honey. The process of recovering pollen from honey is not complicated, and it can be done fairly easily provided one of one of the right kind of equipment and in some cases the right laboratory. Next is insect pollinator. Now slide change. Insect pollinators include bees, honey bee, bumblebee, pollen wasps, life ants. Flies includes bee flies, houseflies, blowflies, mosquitoes, and butterflies. Honey eater ants and birds with a long beak, they pollinate a number of deep throat flowers. Next type of honey. There are two types of honey: raw wild honey and processed honey. Raw wild honey. It is pure from the honey directly from the honeycomb of wild bees. It contains bee pollen and propolis which enhance health benefits and improve the immunity. It rich in flavored polynutrient enzymes and has antiseptic and antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties. And in processed honey is heavily processed by sparkling clean honey, filtered and processing elements, most of it beneficial, including pollen and propolis. It contains artificial sweeteners and may contain antibiotic and pesticide for farming activities. The benefits of the honey: it is antioxidant, antibacterial and antifungal, provides energy, boosts immune system, relief cough, sore throat and mouth lust, prohibit, promotes skin health, improve memory, regulate blood glucose level. Thank you.
साक्षात तुमने सिलेबस देखा था?
Yes, ma'am.
सिलेबस के नोट्स आपने देखे थे?
Yes.
So these points are in syllabus.
Yes, ma'am. Just pollen
Then
is
only pick out the heading. तो जो आपका टॉपिक क्या है? पैलिनोलॉजी एंड
in honey
इसका
industries.
रोल पैलिनोलॉजी में क्या है वो वहाँ पे आना चाहिए. ये सब जो इंफॉर्मेशन आपने निकाले दैट इज रिलेटेड टू ओनली हनी इंडस्ट्रीज.
Okay.
तो जो पैलिनोलॉजी में हनी इंडस्ट्री का रोल पैलिनोलॉजी में क्या है वो आपको सिलेबस में है. तो ये थोड़ा आउट ऑफ सिलेबस हो गया. जो भी आपने कलेक्शन
Okay.
किया है इंफॉर्मेशन वो सब आपने हनी इंडस्ट्री की. ठीक है.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
तो सिलेबस में क्या क्या पॉइंट है वो आपको देखने चाहिए थे. Who is next one?
मुकदम आयशा.
नेम नहीं डाला था आपने प्रेजेंटेशन पे?
हाँ मैम, वो नहीं पता.
क्या है टॉपिक तुम्हारे? ये सलवा का
एनाटॉमी ऑफ एकरंथस.
करंट. Okay, is it visible? You can start.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
हाँ.
Good afternoon. Today I am here to present my botany presentation. The topic of my presentation is anatomy of Acaranthus. Anomalous secondary growth in Acaranthus is a change in the normal secondary growth. This can happen due to various reasons, and this anomalous secondary growth it is mainly two type, adaptive and non-adaptive type. Now moving to our topic, that is anatomy of Acaranthus. Friends, Acaranthus, this is a very common weed, or sometimes it is used as ornamental plant. This is Acaranthus is a annual herb which is belong to family Amaranthaceae. In this plant, the origin of cambium takes place from the pericycle inside of various vascular tissue. The young stems show primary growth with conjoined collateral and open type of vascular bundle. That means of the vascular bundle are conjoined, means xylem and phloem both are present in same bundle. Collateral means when xylem and phloem both are present laterally, means side by side, and open means the vascular bundle show present of cambium. That's why it is open for secondary growth. Then the addition of this vascular bundle in the form of the ring. The young stem is also show the central place to primary medullary bundle of the indach type. Hence, in this diagram, you can see are these are the two centrally placed to primary medullary bundle of the indach type. Here, the two centrally placed vascular bundles. This vascular bundle are called as primary medullary bundle because they are present in the pith region, and pith is also called as medulla. That's why they are called as primary medullary bundle, and they are a indach type. Indach means the protoxylem present to the inner side and metaxylem is present to the outer side of vascular bundle, and that is called as indach type. Then after some time, the new ring of the cambium develops from the pericycle. Now here the cambium show the abnormal origin because it developed from the pericycle. Secondary phloem is present in the form of patches with conjunctive tissue forming complete ring outside of cambium. Secondary xylem also show presence of conjunctive tissue. Pericycle is represented by sclerenchymatous cell outside vascular tissue. In mature stem, the cortex is differentiated into outer collenchyma and chlorenchyma, then parenchyma and innermost endodermis. Collenchyma is present only below the rachis, while collenchyma is present only below the flores. Parenchyma is present below this, and innermost layer is endodermis. Then the important feature of Acaranthus, presence of two primary medullary bundle in pith. The origin of cambium is anomalous, but the activity of cambium is normal. Development of included or intercalary phloem. The anomalous secondary growth is non-adaptive. Thank you.
Okay. Very nice. Next one.
Thank
Ma'am, Sadia Dakni.
Who is?
Sadia Dakni.
Okay. Start करो सादिया.
Good afternoon. My name is Sadia Dakni. I am here to present my botany presentation. My topic name is types of stomata. First, stomata. It means an opening. It is an opening guarded by two guard cells. Generally, stomata are present on leaf. The leaf may be amphistomatic, epistomatic, or hypostomatic. Amphistomatic leaf means stomata are present on upper and lower epidermis of leaf. Epistomatic leaf means stomata are present on epidermis. Next, structure of stomata. Each stomata is made up of guard cell and subsidiary cells. Each guard cell has inner thick wall and outer thin wall. Each guard cell contains many chloroplast cells surrounded to guard cell and known as subsidiary cells. Next, types of stomata. There are four basic types of stomata. Among the dicotyledons, these are distinguished on the basis of the subsidiary cells surrounding the stomata and their arrangements. First type, anomocytic stomata. Second, anisocytic stomata. Third, parasitic stomata. Fourth, dicytic stomata. Next, first type of stomata, anomocytic stomata. It is kidney-shaped dicotyledonous stomata. Guard cells are kidney-shaped. Guard cells are surrounded by irregular cells. Number of subsidiary cells is not defined. Example, hibiscus. Next type, anisocytic stomata. It is one of the type of kidney-shaped dicotyledonous stomata. Guard cells are of kidney shape. Guard cells are surrounded by three subsidiary cells. One subsidiary cell is smaller while two subsidiary cells are larger. Subsidiary cells surrounded the guard cell are of unequal size. Example, radish. Next, third type of stomata, parasitic stomata. It is one of the type of kidney-shaped dicotyledonous stomata. Guard cells are kidney-shaped. Guard cells are surrounded by two subsidiary cells. Subsidiary cells are about equal size. Example, Michelia. Next, dicytic stomata. It is one of the type of kidney-shaped dicotyledonous stomata. Guard cells are kidney-shaped. Guard cells are surrounded by two subsidiary cells. Subsidiary cells are perpendicular to long axis of stomata. Example, Adathoda. Next, functions of stomata. First, transpiration. Stomata is important in loss of water in the form of vapor. Next, respiration. Stomata are important in respiration, exchange of gases. Thank you.
Who is next present?
Maria Fahim. Should I
Okay,
start?
Maria. हाँ, you can start.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Maria Fahim from TY Botany. Today I am going to present my botany presentation on the topic Solanaceae. First, I am going to introduce it. Introduction. The Solanaceae or nightshade, it is also known as nightshades, are a family of flowering plants that ranges from annual and perennial herbs to vines, lianes, epiphytes, shrubs, and trees, and also includes a number of agricultural crops, medicinal plants, spices, weeds, and ornamentals. Next, we will see the classification of Solanaceae. The division of Solanaceae is Spermatophyta, that is seed bearing plant. The subdivision of what is Angiospermy, that is seed enclosed in ovary. Class is Dicotyledone, that is taproot system or two cotyledons. It also have two cotyledons. Subclass is Gametopetalae, that is petals united, stamens epithelius. Series is bicarpellate, that is ovary bicarpellate, cyanocarpous and superior. Cobalt are pelomonials, that is flowers are actinomorphic, leaves are alternates. And the family is Solanaceae, genus is Felicis, and the species Minima. Next is the general characters of Solanaceae. General characters of Solanaceae. First is ma'am, change the slide.
You can continue. Thank you.
Okay. General characters are habitat, that is small herbs and common weed. Leaves are simple, thin, membranous, lebbed or gametospeles and venation. Lorescens are solitary and axillary. Flowers are actinomorphic bisexually.
bisexual, hypogynous, pentamerous symmetry, and pale yellow. Calyx is sepal 5, gamocephalous, and it is bell shaped. Corolla are petals 5, gametopetalous, and lobes 5. Androecium are 5 stamens, epipetalous anthers are long, opening longitudinally. Gynoecium, ovary bicapillary, syncorpora superior, ovules many, axile, placentian. Fruits many seeded, globose berry. The economic importance of Solanaceae. Solanum tuberosa underground stem, tubers store starch and potatoes of commercial importance. Second is Datura enoxa. Common weed with spiny capsule. Seeds are narcotic and anti-spermatic, poisonous. Juice of leaves are eurythema and hydrophobic. And the last is Nicotiana tobacco. That leaves used in cigars, narcotic and sedatives. Thank you.
Okay. Who is next? Who is next?
Ma'am Soleha.
Okay.
Karu start.
हाँ करो.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am representing the pollen morphology. Firstly, what is palynology? Palynology means the study of pollen grains and spores. As we know that the pollen grains are found in flowers as a reproductive cell. Now we'll see the structure of pollen grains. Pollen grains have outer exine wall which is hard and inner intine wall which encloses the cytoplasm with its nuclei and organelles. It has a vegetative and generative nucleus at exine wall at on point. Germpore is present which is important for the fertilization. Here we'll see the morphology of pollen grains. Pollen grains comes in a wide variety of shape, size, surface of marking, aperture, etc. as a characteristic of species. Firstly, pollen shape. It may be spheroidal, means spherical in shape in the family of Cucurbitaceae. Oblate means obligate in shape in the family of Euphorbiaceae. And prolate, lemon-like structure. It is present in a Rhizophoraceae family. Then turn to the size of pollen grains. Size of pollen grains can be vary tremendously across the taxa. Typical pollen grains have 25 to 50 micrometer and the diameter ranges 5 micrometer to 200 micrometer. Then turn to the apertures. Pollen apertures may be monocolpate in Asteraceae family, tricolporate, polycorporate in Amaranthus family, triporate and pentoporate in some families. Pollen grains are reproduced within anther of flower. Sporogenous tissues of anther which divided mitotically to form 4 pollen grains is called as a tetrads, and this is a pollen units. It may be monad, means single and fused pollen grains like hibiscus, and dyad means two sides or two parts of pollen grains like Chloranthaceae family member. Tetrads, it is like a tetragonal tetrad like mint family member. It may be polyad, means so many tetrads like Mimosaceae family member. Now last
is a polonium. It means the pollen grains present in a hard packet-like structure like Orchidaceae family members. Now we'll see the pollen polarity. Polarity means it refers to the position of one or more aperture relative to the spatial reference observed the pollen grains, direction of pole, view, etc. It may be apolar, heteropolar, and isopolar. Friends, now see the nucleus number in pollen grains. It may be trinucleated, that is having 3 nucleus, and may be binucleated, that is having the 2 nucleus. When germ tube is formed, there is in male gametophyte generation, it contains 2 male nuclei as a generative nucleus and 1 tube nucleus, that is trinucleated. Thank you.
Okay. Very nice. Who's next?
मैम हम बोल रहे हैं फरीहा
Only 11s are joined na now.
स्टार्ट करो मैम
हाँ.
Good afternoon, myself Khatib Fariha and my topic name is coal and oil exploration. Polynology in a relation to oil and coal exploration, origin of oil, dead organic matter of plants get deposited, sedimented and decomposed in oxygen deficiency, bacteria activity result in biochemical changes and liberation of Mars gas, bacteria breakdown of aluminum and cellulose, H2 oxygen and fatty acid. Coal exploration. Coal exploration involve finding new coal deposit. It also involve evolution new or existing deposit to determine the quantity and quality of the coal contained within them and to identify any geological factors that may affect the recovery and use of coal concerned. A variety of geological technique is used in coal exploration, is including field mapping, interpretations of air photos and satellite images and airborne and ground geological surveys such as gravity, magnetic and seismic studies. Introduction. Coal is a vital component of the world's energy resources and one that is expected to fill a significant role in meeting our energy needs well into the foreseeable future. Exploration. The identification and geological assessment of a new coal bearing area. Mine design. The designs and economic evolution of the most appropriate mining operation to make use of the coal in that area. Coal marketing. The procuring of markets or development of facilities to use the coal that will come from the mine over its working life. Mine operation. The day-to-day running of the time to maintain regular coal production. Oil exploration. Oil exploration is the search by petroleum geologists and geophysicists for the deposit of hydrocarbon, particularly petroleum and natural gas, in the earth using petroleum geology. Use of polynology in oil exploration. Polynology investigates are the more advantageous to mega fossil study. It is because polynological fossils are minute in size within typical features, shapes, apertures, and distinct ornamentation of pollen and spore which help in recognize of parent plant communities. Source rock. When organic rich rock such as oil, shale, or coal is subjected to high pressure and temperature over an extended period of time, hydrocarbon form. The hydrocarbons are contained in a reservoir rock. This is commonly a porous sandstone or limestone. The oil collect in the pore within the rock, although open fracture within non-porous rock. Example, fractured granite may also store hydrocarbons. Exploration risk. Hydrocarbon exploration is a high risk investment and a risk assessment in paramount for successful project portfolio management. Exploration risk is a difficult concept and is usually defined by assigning confidence to the presence of the imperative geological factor. Thank you.
ओके, तो तुमने भी वही मिस्टेक की है, सिलेबस के हिसाब से आपने नहीं बनाया है, ये
Yes, ma'am.
थोड़ा आउट ऑफ सिलेबस हो गया। ये पॉइंट है, लेकिन
Yes.
इसको ऑयल एंड कोल एक्सप्रेशन इट इज रिलेशन टू पैलिनोलॉजी, ऐसे स्टडी है आपको। ओके,
Okay.
नेक्स्ट टाइम आप ध्यान
Okay.
रखो।
हाँ, next time.
हु इज नेक्स्ट? Who is next? No one? नेक्स्ट कौन प्रेजेंट करना चाहता है?
मैम दर्जी शमशुनिसा।
ओके, स्टार्ट करो शमसुनिसा।
Good afternoon, one and all. My topic is contribution of Dr. Birbal Sahni. Introduction. Paleobotany is a branch of botany dealing with fossil plants. Dr. Birbal Sahni, who was born in 14 November 1891, was an Indian paleobotanist who studied fossils of the Indian subcontinent. He died on 10 April 1949. Paleobotany includes the study and classification of plants of the geological past as well as the study of their relationship with each other. And palynology is the study of pollen. Now, let us see the formative year of Dr. Birbal Sahni. As we have seen, Dr. Birbal Sahni was born on 14 November 1891. His birthplace was Bora in Shahpur district, West Punjab. He received his early education in India at Government College, University of Lahore and Punjab University. He learned botany under the father of Indian biology, Sri Ram Kashyap. He graduated in year 1914 from Emmanuel College, Cambridge. He got DSc in 1919 from University of Cambridge. Now, let's move on to the career of Dr. Birbal Sahni. In 1919, Dr. Birbal Sahni came to India. He survived as professor of he service as professor of botany at Banaras Hindu University. In Lucknow, he became professor and head of botany in 1921. He did research in paleobotany. He established as authority scientist in paleobotany and his research is recognized by leading scientific journals. Now let us see the contribution of Dr. Birbal Sahni in paleobotany. He was awarded DSc degree by University of Cambridge for his research in paleobotany. He is also known as the father of dendrology. Research Institute of Paleobotany at Lucknow was established by him. He described Glossopteris plant. He worked on evolutionary trend in pteridophytes. Dr. Birbal Sahani concluded that there must be trade link between Harappa people with mountain people. Let us see the role of Birbal Sahani Institute of Paleobotany, Lucknow. Profile establishment. BSIP Lucknow in year 1947 was formed as Institute of Paleobotany, formed by the first director of this institute was Professor Birbal Sahani. New building was built for research in 1953. The objectives of BSIP Lucknow are to develop paleobotany in all botanical and geological aspects, to spread paleobotanical knowledge in college, university, educational or other institute, to make use of this paleobotanical knowledge in exploration of coal and oil, for conservation of forest and for climatic modeling. Research area are as follows: Precambrian paleobiology, Gondwana Mesozoic paleoforestics, Gondwana paleontology, Enozoic paleoforestics, marine micro paleon- paleontology, etc. Thank you.
Okay. Very nice slide prepared you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Who is next? Shifana? You can start.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zakni Shifarfan. Today I am here to talk about use of palynology in forensic science. Forensic palynology, it is use of pollen and spore evidence in legal cases. Studies of pollinomorphology trap in materia associated with criminal or civil investigation. Forensic palynologists to find a match between the pollen in a known geographical region with the pollen in a forensic sample. Next is what is forensic palynology? Study of pollen or powdered material, criminal identification, location of crime, moment in time the crime occurred. Locard's exchange principle state that when two objects come together, there is always a transfer of material. Varied ecology, plant diversity, microhabitat, extensive pollen records, that is tundra, deciduous forest, desert, tropical rainforest. It is a reliable technique for association of an individual or object to a unique crime scene or geographical region. Next is pollen characteristics. It carries the male sex cell of higher cone and flower bearing plants from one plant to another of the same species. It includes spores, which are the reproductive bodies of the lower plant, and plant allies, that is algae, ferns, fungi, mosses, and lichens. The success of forensic pollen analysis comes from its unique morphology, which allows for the identification of specific plant taxa, abundant, very small in size. Its outer cell wall resistant to mechanical, biological, chemical, and chemical degradation. Sporopollenin, compound responsible for resilience of pollen. It allows pollen to be preserved on a variety of media over many years. It can even be found in burn to destroy matter. This case study, unusual appearance of a common pollen type indicates scene of crime. Sexual assault on young woman. Subsequently, police investigation followed. Common fungal hyphae growing inside pollen. 75% of coprosoma. 15% Cyathea, Phyllocladus, Pinus, Taxicum. Eventual sample from victim. Nettlecraft 2 Coprosoma grains. Vulva, fungal spore, fly ash, fungal spores, microthyraceae, germlings, jackets, 25% coprosma, fly ash, microthyraceous, germling, fungal hyphae. All coprosma had identical morphology to control. Forensic palynology is strengths and weakness indication. First is strengths. Pollen can be found on an assortment of unusual surfaces, including condoms, counterfeit banknotes, painted work of arts, grease on gums, lungs, medicinal tablets, stomachs, and dusty foot impression. Weakness. Many law enforcement agencies have never heard of forensic pollen studies and thus are often skeptical and do not see the need to collect appropriate sample from the scene. Proper evidential sample collection must be carefully taken from the scene to avoid contamination requires trained forensic pollinology. Control samples may be asked by an overabundance of one pollen type. Plant samples should not be stored in plastic bags because potential moisture can start microbial decomposition of the pollen. Pollen evidence is purely circumstantial in that it may indicate where an event had taken place and who was present, but not that the accused had actually done anything to the victim. Next is discussion. Forensic palynology can play a role as a supporting tool in a multidisciplinary approach with other forensic techniques. In effect, this will eventually lead to a study on full forensic environmental analysis of crime scenes that are not limited to just botany, geoscience. In the hands of skilled forensic palynologists, pollen's advantages can become a powerful tool. Look at morphology to identify species, that is, specific shape, pattern on surface, wall structure, etc. It is obvious that forensic palynology is versatile and convenient when coupled with other techniques. Although the sample amount required for forensic pollen analysis is very small, there is often no control over the size of eventual samples, which may vary from a few hundred of a gram to slightly larger amount. Next is conclusion and future. Environmental analysis can provide a potent tool in determining the nature and details of the event that may have happened at crime scenes. Eventually, the future of environmental analysis, including forensic palynology, will require a comprehensive research and investigative team for federal, provincial, state, or local agencies, eventually leading to special forensic ecology unit. It associates an individual or object to a unique crime scene or geographical region. It may also link an item to scene or a suspect. Rape, homicide, genocide, terrorism, drug dealing, assault and robbery, arson, hit and run, counterfeiting, illegal important, environmental presentation, illegal fishing and pollution. Next is reference.
Okay, reference मत read करो.
Thank you.
Shifa, you collected very nice information. This topic is very new and interesting, but you collected all the information regarding this. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who's next? Present.
Kagdi Silva.
नाम नहीं ऐड किया था ना. कोने मिसबा. प्रेजेंटेशन की फाइल है ना, उसके ऊपर नाम में आना चाहिए, तब भी वो जल्दी से फाइंड आउट होता है, नहीं तो टाइम जाता है. Okay. Salwa, you should start.
Good afternoon, one and all. Myself, Kagdi Salva Sastras. Today, I am here to present my botany presentation. My topic name is Role of Palynology in Energy. What is role of palynology in energy? Palynology, the science which deals with pollen and spore analysis. Aeropalynology, the science which deals with the study of spore and pollen of plant present in air. Significance of aeropalynology in allergy. Allergy. It is the condition of hypersensitivity of body. Human body suffering from itching, irritation, redness, rashes, patches like reaction due to certain pollen, spore, etc. In certain cases, respiratory tract become red, swells, or may not able to do function of inhabitation or exhalation due to certain spores, pollen. Source of allergic pollen grain. First, pollen grain of Amaranthus cassia prosopis paranthenium xanthium holoptera xanthan are most commonly reported as aeroallergenic pollen grain. Pollen grain of family Pisceae dominate in all the regions of India. Pollen of Pisceae is about 20 to 45% of total Aerospora and in highly allergic. Source of aeroallergic pollen grain. Pollen grain of Amaranthus cassia prosopis parthenium xanthanium holpotera cynodon are most commonly reported as aeroallergenic pollen grains. Pollen grain of family Pisceae dominate in all the region of India. Pollen of Pisceae is about 20 to 45 of total aerospora and is highly allergic. Source of aeroallergic pollen grain. Pollen grain of Amaranthus cassia prosopis paranthenium xanthium holoptera most quoted as aeroallergic pollen grain. Pollen grain of family Pisceae dominate in all the region of India. 3 pollen of Pisceae is about 20 to 45 total aerospora and highly allergic. Gravity slide method. A glass slide is spread with glycerin jelly to form thin layer. Such slide is placed in open space. It is changed after 24 hours. Study of aeroallergenic helps to correlate the sporadic allergy. The frequency of aeroallergens varies with season. Count to data of aeroallergy. Pollen grain discharges a kind of protein in human body under favorable conditions. Allergenic components include high fever, asthma, bronchitis, seasonal allergy. Asthma, about 60%, was more prevalent as compared to perennial and irregular allergy. Thank you.
Okay. Next one. नेक्स्ट कौन प्रेजेंट करेगा? ओके, अभी जो ज्वाइन है उन सबका हुआ ना? ओके, ओके देन यहाँ पे मैं अभी स्टॉप करती हूँ। जो बाकी बचे हैं उनका देखते हैं कब ले सकते हैं, उसके हिसाब से लेंगे जो बचे हुए लोग हैं। Okay, you can left now. I can close this.